Hello, this is Dwayne Foltz, and I am doing my oral interpretation on a piece, Remembering the Wizard by Alexander Wolff. If death had granted him a moment to convey the sentiment, John Wooden would have declared his passing last week at age 99 a happy transit. After his wife of 53 years, Nell, died in 1985, the old UCLA coach came to regard life as essentially time to bide until he might be with her again. For 2 decades, he had taken Nell to every Final Four, first as a conquering coach and then as a conventioneering one. But without her, he couldn't bring himself to go. During his first years as a widower, Wooden slept atop the covers of their bed so as not to have to slip beneath them alone. Coaching colleagues and former players pleaded with him to re-engage with the game, to no avail, until 1989, when a number of them prepared to stage an intervention. That spring, I joined in, writing a survey of his life through age 78, marbling it with the homiletic precepts behind the 10 NCAA titles that UCLA won between 1964 and 1975, using Wooden's own philosophy as a kind of prod. One of those sayings seemed particularly apt. "Avoid the peaks and valleys," he told the Bruins, urging them neither to exult in victory nor sulk in defeat. He even made a point of calling timeouts late in those championship games to remind them to keep their emotions in check, or on an even keel. As outrageous as it seemed for anyone to dispense advice to John Wooden, my piece ended with this impertinence. Before this extraordinary life gets played out, before the buzzer sounds, won't someone please call time out to remind him? He has taught so many of us such wonderful lessons. He has one more lesson, his own, to study up on. I might just as well have adopted the classic Wooden pose, taking a copy of this magazine, rolling it up, and brandishing it sternly. Goodness gracious sakes alive! Get over it! Yet in time he had struck precisely the kind of balance he once preached, honoring Nell and their life together, yet also speaking, teaching, weighing in on the sports problems, and turning up for the occasional Final Four. Nell died almost precisely when their first great-granddaughter, Corey Nicholson, was conceived, and even in his grief, Wooden couldn't miss the relevance of another of his favorite sayings. God never closes one door without opening another. Ultimately, he could count more great-grandchildren, 13, than NCAA titles. Each shone brighter than a trophy in his eyes.